If you've ever thought, I'd love to start something online, but I'm not techy enough, I'm too old, or it's too late for me, then this video is for you. This is day 12 of my 90-day confidence to cash sprint, and I'm documenting my journey as I learn digital marketing from scratch. I actually purchased this training, 6, 7, probably close to 8 weeks ago now actually. But if I'm being perfectly honest, it sat there while I made excuses and procrastinated. Does that sound familiar? It wasn't until I committed to this 90-day sprint that I actually started taking action. And I'll be real with you, I'm still figuring it out. But what I'm starting to notice in these 12 days is that some of the stuff that I was worried about might not actually matter as much as I thought. So I'm going to share why everything you think is holding you back might actually be setting you up for success. And I'm not talking about theory here. I'm talking about real insights I'm gaining as someone who's walking this path right alongside you. So up until now, I've been doing quick 1 or 2 minute videos every day with updates, but I wanted to start going deeper and really breaking down what I'm discovering. So let me guess what's going through your head, because some of these exact thoughts were running through mine just a couple of weeks ago. So one of them, I'm not techy enough. I barely figured Zoom out during the pandemic. I get it. I remember the stress of trying to unmute myself during meetings and feeling like everyone else just naturally understood technology while I was over here fumbling around. Another one is, I'm too old to start over. Who am I kidding? Maybe in your 40s, 50s, or even beyond, and you're watching 20-somethings talk about online business and thinking that that ship has sailed for you. Here's another one. I've tried MLMs and side hustles before, and they just didn't work out. So maybe you've got a garage full of product you couldn't sell, or you spent months chasing friends and family only to feel awkward and defeated. Here's another one. What if I invest time and money and nothing happens? This one hits pretty deep, doesn't it? That fear of being disappointed again, of your spouse giving you that look that says, another one of your ideas. And here's the big one. Everyone else seems to know something that I don't. You see people talking about funnels and automation and conversion rates, and it feels like they're speaking a foreign language. Does that sound familiar? Here's what I've learned after diving into this world for the past 12 days. Those thoughts aren't weaknesses. They're actually your secret weapon, and I'm going to prove it to you. Here's why not being techy is actually an advantage, what I've discovered so far. So first, you focus on what matters. While tech-savvy people get lost tweaking websites and playing with fancy tools, you'll focus on the basics that actually make money. You know, I've watched people spend weeks perfecting their website design while they never create a single piece of content that connects with customers. And you won't fall into that trap because you're naturally going to focus on the results and not just pretty interfaces. Second, you relate to your customers. Most people buying online are not tech experts either. They want simple, clear communication. Exactly what you provide naturally. So when you explain something, you explain it in plain English because that's how you think, and that's pure gold in marketing. Third, you ask the right questions. When something doesn't make sense, you speak up. Tech people, they just assume everyone knows what they know. But your questions force clarity, and clarity sells. I've already seen this in the training that I'm going through. The obvious questions often reveal the most important insights. Fourth, your professional experience is invaluable. You've managed people, solved problems, and delivered results in your career. And that's exactly what an online business requires. You know how to prioritize tasks, meet deadlines, and handle pressure. You've dealt with difficult customers or clients. You understand what it takes to build relationships and deliver value. These aren't small things. They're the foundation of a successful business. Fifth, real-world problem solving. You figured out technology when you had to, from smartphones to online banking. That adaptability is exactly what is required. Remember when smartphones first came out? You figured those out. You remember when everything went online during the pandemic? You adapted. You have a proven track record of learning new systems when they matter. And here's what really struck me. The most successful people I'm seeing in this space are not technical. They are the most consistent. They show up every day. They follow the system and they focus on serving their audience rather than perfecting their technical skills. Now let me paint a picture for you, because this is what keeps me motivated on this journey. Picture starting your day working on your dreams instead of someone else's bottom line. Even if it's just 2 hours before your regular job, imagine how different that would feel. Instead of hitting snooze and dreading another day of making someone else rich, you're excited to check your business, connect with your audience, and see how your content performed overnight. Imagine having a skill that can't be taken away by corporate restructuring or a bad boss. No matter what happens in the economy, no matter how many jobs get eliminated by AI or automation, you have something that's yours. You have the ability to create value and get paid for it anywhere that there's an internet connection. So imagine your kids or grandkids seeing you build something from scratch, showing them it's never too late to change your life. So what kind of example are you setting? That it's safer to stay comfortable and complain about your situation, or that it's worth taking calculated risks to create the life you really want? What if 6 months from now, you had a completely different relationship with Monday mornings? Instead of that Sunday night dread, you actually look forward to the week because you're building something that matters. So what if you had a business that ran while you slept, traveled, or you're just spending time with family? And I'm not talking about some fantasy passive income myth. I'm talking about having systems in place that work even when you're not actively working on them. The possibility of saying goodbye to answering to a boss who doesn't appreciate your contributions. The possibility of never having to ask permission to take a vacation or attend your child's school event. The possibility of having your retirement secured by something you built, not dependent on a company pension that might not exist or a 401k that could disappear in the next market crash. This isn't about getting rich quick, and anyone promising that is lying to you. This is about getting your life back. It's about having options. It's about waking up knowing that your income is in your control, not at the mercy of someone else's business decisions. The system I'm learning removes all the guesswork. It's like having a GPS for online business. You don't need to understand how the satellites work. You just need to follow the directions. And just like GPS, it recalculates when you make a wrong turn. This isn't some theoretical course created by someone who's never actually done it. This step-by-step training assumes you're starting from zero. There is a community of people just like you, people who thought that they were too old, not tech savvy enough, or had tried and failed before. And there are tools that are actually simple. They're simple to use, designed for people like us, not some Silicon Valley programmers. And what I love most is that it acknowledges where you are right now. It doesn't pretend that you should already know this stuff. It starts with how to get started, and it builds from there. So if you're ready to stop letting not techy enough hold you back, click the link in the description to get the same blueprint that I'm following. I'll continue documenting my journey, so if you can follow along and see exactly what's working and what's not. Your dreams are waiting. Your age is an asset, and your experience matters. The only question is, are you ready to bet on yourself? If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I'm documenting this journey daily, sharing the wins, the struggles, and everything in between.